You want to transfer money overseas, but not sure what your best course of action is. So what do? Well, you check out your options. And between comparing different rates between different banks and looking up different transfer services, you come across a particularly well-reviewed service called TransferWise. So what is it that makes this service so appealing? Well, throughout the remainder of this video, the Currency Shop is going to give you an unbiased review of exactly what it is that makes TransferWise stand apart from similar services, and whether or not it stands up to its glowing reputation.
I've transferred money with other companies, but I wasn't happy with their outcomes and how it worked. And then when I came across TransferWise on Instagram, I was like, oh, I'll check it out. And I read the reviews, and it was good reviews, and it was pretty much easy.
Just under 2 years, a friend of mine recommended me. I was slightly unsure about, what it is and how to do it.
In the past, I used different organizations to transfer money, but I wasn't really happy. It was a bit difficult, and I didn't want that hassle again. So I searched in the internet. When I put transfer, it comes up as a TransferWise. So I said, I'll give it a go.
TransferWise is a business that was set up back in 2011 as a cheaper alternative for transferring money overseas. In this review, we'll show you exactly how to transfer with TransferWise. We'll evaluate the ease of use, the exchange rates offered, how safe it is to transfer, and what fees TransferWise will charge you for using its service, all from the perspective of actual customers.
I remember it was easy. It was kind of same as PayPal or some of the other ones.
Very user-friendly, straightforward. I'm one of those people, if I'm gonna end up, 10, 15 pages, I just give up and leave the site.
I think the app itself is a lot more easier as well. It's got fingerprint scanning if you've got that enabled on your phone to log in. Website's quite direct as well.
I use the apps, which is really, really great, and it's straightforward.
After discussing the ease and functionality of using TransferWise with our guests, we decided to take a more hands-on approach and set up an account ourselves. Once on the TransferWise homepage, click Register to begin setting up your account. From there, you will have the option of either a personal or business account, depending on how you intend to use the service. After completing your personal profile, you will need to indicate which currency will be used most. Now we're ready to transfer. As you can see, rates are clearly displayed, as well as an estimate of when the recipient should receive their funds. TransferWise also lets you compare with other transferring services, giving you peace of mind before you send your money overseas. Seems straightforward enough. Now, if I was going too quickly, or you want a more detailed explanation of how to set up a TransferWise account to use their services, just click the link down below.
Yeah, I think ease of sending money, the exchange rate, the global exchange rates.
Look, the first time I used it, I basically compared what I send on a normal payment, say with PayPal, and I just went, what is the person on the other end, what did they get? So I used the Australian dollars. I said, I want to pay, say, $400, and then a week apart from the last payment, I just compared it to what did the person I was sending the money to get at the end of it, and it was more than what I sent, so I said, that's what I'm going to use.
I found them cheaper than the other organization I use, and as soon as I put the amount, it was showing how much I'm paying, so it was transparent enough for me.
Really easy to understand. And I was worried it was going to be hard as well, and I was just like, am I going to go through what I went through with the other company? But then when I went straight into the app, and the fact that I could do it on the application as well was great, and then it was like from the get-go straight to the end. It was amazing.
You don't have to transfer the money, you can just see what the exchange rate is. Let's say if I'm transferring $1,000, they'll tell me that the fee would be around $15, and this is what the exchange rate is, and this is what you'll get right at the end. It works really well in the sense that it tells you exactly what the fees are and what you'll be paying as well.
So now we have a basic understanding of how TransferWise operates as a service, and we can see they have a pretty transparent fee structure. They give you the wholesale rate, like you see on Google or xe.com. TransferWise charges you a small percentage for transferring. What they charge usually depends on where you're sending the money from and where it is going. The fee is easy to find out though by getting a quote directly at their homepage. But now we're going to find out exactly how safe it is to transfer your money.
It's stressful to send money overseas, but then yet again, you're going to have to eventually send it. So you need to trust the company that other people talk great about.
And one more which is really relevant to Russia, as an example, is because it's not an international transfer, as in like a wire transfer, it means that the money is safe because it comes from a local account to a local account.
TransferWise is obliged by law to keep their customers' money safe. Money that you store in their borderless accounts are kept in separate low-risk bank accounts which are held by their partner banks. And if that wasn't enough, TransferWise also boasts over 60,000 positive reviews on Trustpilot, so safety doesn't seem to be an issue. But what about versatility? What other concepts does TransferWise offer other than transferring funds overseas?
Look, I love the idea of having a debit card. I think I travel quite a bit. I've got to go to Moscow, going to the US, every sort of 3-4 weeks. I've got staff in multiple countries, so being able to have like a borderless card, so I don't want to carry cash with me. But I hate using the bank card because you just get such high fees that when you come back, it's a real shock when you go through a statement, after your trip.
Once again, two very interesting and beneficial products that are on offer here. If you're keen to learn more about setting up a borderless account or using the site's debit card features, then look no further than our in-depth videos linked below. Now we know what features TransferWise offers and how it operates as a service, we are going to take a look at what some of the reasons are that users are attracted to this service instead of its competitors, like OFX or Revolut.
Very quick, it was great. Like, I didn't feel stressed about it.
Very easy to use yet fast, so it's the combination of the two.
It was very user-friendly and it kept me going. That's from the beginning, that kept me going.
Having that fear can make it hard as well, transferring money overseas, but then when you have something like TransferWise, the way it goes from the get-go, how it's like easy going and that stress that starts to go away.
When I had to look at TransferWise, the fees was pretty low, the exchange rate was good, and that's what the online reviews said as well.
It seems TransferWise is really living up to the hype. In summary, TransferWise seems to have a fantastic and easy user interface. It provides safe and speedy international transfer using the wholesale transfer exchange that we talked about earlier in the video. It also has an easy to understand payment structure that doesn't seem to have any hidden fees. But despite all the gleaming reviews from its user base, this international money transferring service is not without fault. So we asked our guests if they had any suggestions or feedback for the TransferWise team.
Because of the regular payments, I'd love to just schedule payments so I don't have to go in and actually do it manually every time.
The fees could be reduced a little bit. They recently got $1. They got $1 per transfer added to poly payments. So if that could be reduced, that's pretty good.
I also have I use HubSpot CRM, so I've got a live chat. So it actually pops up, and my guys in Philippines type with the person back and forth.
When I finished with transfer and I wanted to find out more about the organizations and the questions in my head, I think there wasn't a direct link where can I find my questions or frequently asked questions, so things like that. Yeah.
Minor suggestions, but suggestions all the same. So, in terms of rating TransferWise as a service, the final verdict?
I think I would give TransferWise on a scale of 1 to 10, 9.
Literally a 10 out of 10.
I'll rate it a 9.
I'm pretty much a raving sort of customer, so I'd probably give it a 10. Yeah, I'm really happy with it.